Okay, so we got a lot of energy coming up today. It's January 19th. We've got all these planets moving into Aquarius. And, I met with my team last night. And I'm really excited about this new year. A lot of the offerings that we have at Flower of Life. But one of the big questions that came up with the team is like, we got to really talk about what is embodiment, right? Here at the Flower of Life, we talk a lot about birth, right? Where our origins start from and how do we really get going in the world, and how does that story really impact like our nervous systems today? And how can we uncover information about our past to create a coherent story? And then that was another word. They're like, okay, what does coherence mean? So let's see if we can unpack this a little bit. Embodiment means when your soul, your actual spirit frequency, so a field, is embodied in your flesh. So it's not this like external pie in the sky or like heaven's out there and I'm just in here cut off. It's when you actually can connect inside of your body with your divinity. But okay, that's even like big concept too. So let's break it down a little bit more. Embodiment is when you actually can feel what's going on in your body. And it's not this like background autonomic nervous system where you're just acting out in your behaviors, but you're not really connected to what's going on with your behaviors. You don't understand the story. It's just on autopilot. So just this past client that I saw, right? She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I feel in my bones now. I can actually feel that I have 5 fingers on one hand and 5 toes on another foot, right? We walk through our day most of the times disconnected from our body. We're up here in our head. And where this is concepts, okay? So your brain can make concepts or order or understanding of energy. But you can bypass embodying the energy in your flesh. So what does that mean? You can understand what love is. You can read books about it all day. You can say, I love my partner, right? I love life. I love chocolate. But that doesn't actually mean that you are embodying the frequency, the energy, the felt sense of love. You understand what it is, and you've been studying the concepts of it because you've gone to school, you live in the world. But I got news for you. This world, very few people embody the frequency of love. And I'll tell you why. And it all starts with birth, and it starts with like our story that eons ago when concepts got disconnected from the feminine archetype of the field frequency of your soul. And that was because we needed to protect ourselves, right? It wasn't safe to be in your body because of all the shit that's been happening in the world with wars, with repression, with, okay, it's not safe to talk about your emotions, or let's just talk about how we raise children. Most of these people that are adults today have grown up in families where they weren't allowed to be a kid. They were expected to be a little adult and have all these grown-up feelings and not have temper tantrums, not have anger, not have sadness, right? And I can only speak from my personal experience. My parents tell me that, well, my dad tells me that he loves me. My mom never really utters the word, I love you, or the phrase, I love you. She's like, she gives me things, materialist things. She tries to give me money, she shows up, she does things. But she's not embodied at all because of the way she was raised and like the challenges and the hardship that all humans on this earth have faced. And because of that, it's not safe in her nervous system. She doesn't know what safety is. If you don't know what safety is in the root of your chakra, you can't embody love. You can spiritually bypass the body and say and convince yourself that you know what love is. But if you don't have safety, you're never going to experience love. So even my father, who taught me a lot about love and was there in presence and gave me words like, I love you, and he showed me with his actions, he still has a lot of emotional needs that he couldn't meet for himself. And therefore, as a child, I was a parent to my parents. And I had to meet a lot of the emotional needs that my parents didn't get met for them when they were young. So the cycle passes on, right? This ancestral trauma. And that's where we are today. So I just want to start off with saying in this new year, like as we're approaching this year of the horse, right? Embodiment is my goal. I am ready to just shed this last bit of the snake and cut these karmic entanglements of complexities that I've got going on in my mind and these behavioral patterns that I've learned from all these people around me, because I got to start from scratch. That's what I've been doing with the school that we're building and the community around the Flower of Life. Like, we have people who desire to embody their soul in the flesh so that they can actually discover and rewrite their nervous system to feel safety, to feel their emotions, to feel the safety to express their emotions, and then understand where emotions come from, like how they come online when you're a baby, when you're a toddler, all these things, right? How they can rewrite their birth story because they were born in a world where violence is how you enter. You've got birth interventions, you've got all kinds of drugs, you've got doctors who are birthing babies, not mothers who are empowered in their nervous system to cooperate with their baby who is driving their own birth, right? We don't live in that world. We live in a world where power is the main structure of hierarchy, and we have to live in this matrix that doesn't allow us to be safe. So if you want to really understand like how you can reach your soul and put it in your body and like actually ground it in, then like reach out to us. There's so many communities around the world that are doing this great work now. We're just one of them, and I love it. So I am ready for 2026. Bring it on, because I am ready to live in a world where people are actually embodied and they're in deep connection with their soul, their divine self.